Hi students, welcome to ChemShow. Today's topic of discussion is quantum yield and its explanation and the reason for higher and lower quantum yield. Okay, let's start our class. Quantum yield, that is the efficiency of a photochemical reaction. Quantum yield is the efficiency of a photochemical reaction. That is, efficiency of a photochemical reaction can be calculated by using the formula the number of molecules reacting in a given time by the number of quanta of radiation absorbed in that same time. That is, it is denoted by the letter phi. It is defined as the number of molecules of the light absorbing substance undergoing reaction per quantum of radiation absorbed. That is, how many molecules are reacted after the absorption of particular photon. Okay, how many molecules are reacted after the absorption of particular photon. That is, we had already discussed the law of photochemical equivalence. For any photochemical reaction which obeys the law of photochemical equivalence, the quantum yield would be in unity. That is, quantum yield would be in unity. That is, there exists a 1:1 ratio. There exists a 1:1 ratio between the number of molecules reacted and the number of quanta of radiation absorbed. There exists a 1:1 ratio. Okay. Suppose the number of molecules reacting in a given time is 1 and the number of quanta of radiation absorbed in the same time equal to 1. Then 1 by 1 equal to what? 1. That is equal to 1. Okay. Suppose number of molecules equal to 2 and the number of quanta of radiation absorbed equal to 2. Then 2 by 2, that is also equal to 1. That means there exists a 1:1 ratio between the reacting molecules and the number of quanta absorbed. Here we can see the example for the reaction having quantum yield equal to 1. That is, SO2 plus Cl2 in presence of photochemical light, in presence of photon, we are getting SO2Cl2. Okay. That is, when a reaction that obeys the law of photochemical equivalence, the quantum yield would be a unity. But for most of the photochemical reaction, quantum yield was found to be less than or greater than 1. That means what? The reaction was not obeying the law of photochemical equivalence. That is, the reaction is not obeying the photochemical law of photochemical equivalence. Okay. When 2 or more molecules are decomposed per photon, that is, phi is greater than 1. If the number of molecules decomposes is less than per photon, then phi is less than 1. That is, suppose number of molecules reacting in a given time is 2. 2 or more number of molecules. And the number of quanta of radiation is somewhat less than the number of molecules of reactant. That is 1. Then 2 by 1, that is equal to 2, which is the phi is, quantum yield is greater than 1. And suppose the number of molecules of reacting in a given time is 3 and the number of quanta of radiation absorbed is 1 or 1 or 2, anything. That is, there should be a decrease in the value of number of radiation absorbed. That is, the number of molecules reacting in a given time should be greater than the number of quanta of radiation absorbed. Hence, we are getting phi is always greater than 1. That is 3 by 1, that is equal to 3. Okay. That is, here we can see the example for such type of reaction. That is, example, reaction between H2 and Cl2. And the value of phi ranges between 10 raised to 4 and 10 raised to 6. And the next case, phi is less than 1. Suppose the number of molecules reacting in a given time is 2. Less than the per photon, and the number of molecules, number of quanta of radiation absorbed is 3. Then phi equal to 2 by 3, that is equal to 0.6, that is 0.6. Okay, 0.6, that is which is less than 1. Okay, which is less than 1. That is, if the number of molecule decomposes is less than per photon, then such type of molecule is having, such type of reaction is having quantum yield phi less than 1. Okay, here you can see the example for that, combination of H2 and Br2. That is hydrogen and bromine. Phi is somewhat similar to 0.01, which is less than 1. Okay. That is, for a photochemical reaction which does not obey the law of photochemical equivalence, the value of quantum yield was found to be greater than or less than 1. Okay. And why is it so? Why is it less than or greater than 1? That is, the reaction is not obeying the law of photochemical equivalence means there is a chance for secondary process. There is a chance for secondary process. That is, that part I had already discussed in my previous video. If you have any doubts regarding the primary process, secondary process and the law of photochemical equivalence, please go through that videos. Okay, that is, quantum yield is not unity on account of the occurrence of secondary processes for which the law of photochemical equivalence is not applicable. Okay. Phi value differ from unity because the products of the primary process get involved in secondary process such as thermal reactions, and there exists no 1:1 relation between the numbers of reacting molecules and quanta absorbed. That is, when secondary process takes place, that is such as thermal reaction, that is, the products of the primary process may get involved in the secondary process, and such as thermal reaction, and there exists no 1:1 ratio means here we can see the number of molecules reacting in a given time by number of quanta of radiation absorbed in the same time is equal to phi. And here the ratio between the number of molecules reacted and the number of quanta of radiation absorbed is not in the 1:1 ratio. Due to what? Due to secondary process involved. Due to the involvement of secondary process. Okay. Hence we can say that phi value differ from unity. Okay. Next we are discussing the reason for high quantum yield. It is, first reason is a chain reaction. It is, if the reaction, photochemical reaction is involving the chain reaction, takes place through chain mechanism. Such reactions are having high quantum yield. Okay, that is, chain reaction means what? Large number of reactant molecules undergo chemical transformation through a chain mechanism. Okay, through a chain mechanism. That is, we had already know that nuclear chemistry in that part. That is chain mechanism and nuclear reactor chain reactions. Okay, that is nuclear fission. That is the example for that chain reaction. And a photoactivated molecule may initiate a sequence of thermal reactions in which a large number of reactant molecules undergo chemical transformation through a chain reaction. That is, suppose this photochemical reaction may occur through chain mechanism. That is called chain reaction, and such reactions are having higher quantum yield than unity. Okay, that is greater than 1. Why I am giving the reasons for higher quantum yield. What is the reason for higher quantum yield? Okay, and second reason is the heat. And where does this heat evolve? Do you know that? That is, we had already discussed that secondary process may involve in this process, that is in this photochemical reaction, that is which is not obeying the law of photochemical equivalence. Okay, in such type of reaction, that is after effect of that secondary process, heat is evolved, and that heat is here responsible for the higher quantum yield. Okay, that heat evolved in a secondary exothermic reaction may activate other molecules, enabling them to react without absorption of additional quanta of light, and thereby causing the overall reaction to have higher quantum yield. Okay, here that heat is responsible for that. Which heat? After the secondary process, a heat is evolved. That heat is responsible for higher quantum yield. Okay. And third one, photoactivated molecules may activate other reactant molecules through collision. Third point is the collision, through collision. Okay, it is through collision. That is, these activated molecules collided with each other, thereby promoting the further reaction and giving higher quantum yield for the reaction. Okay, and the fourth point is the intermediate. It is intermediate formed. Suppose if in a photochemical reaction, if intermediate is generated, then it is acting as a catalyst. What is catalyst doing? Catalyst is providing a new pathway of lower activation energy for the reaction. It is enabling them to move forward without absorption of more quanta and to have a higher quantum yield. And the third point is the catalyst, that is intermediate. Intermediate formed in a reaction is behaving as a catalyst, promoting the reaction to be speeded up through providing a new pathway of lower activation energy. Okay, all of you got it? These are the reasons for higher quantum yield. Next, we are discussing reason for lower quantum yield. Okay, it is first case, molecules are deactivated and hence products are not produced much in good yield. That is the first reason for lower quantum yield. That is, the photoactivated molecules may undergo quick non-radiative deactivation. This deactivation. Non-radiative means radiation less deactivation. That is, molecules got deactivated due to collision with non-activated molecules before they are able to yield products. That is, molecules are deactivated and hence products are not produced much in good yield. And the second point, the photoactivated molecules may undergo radiative deactivation. That is, radiative means it contains some radiations. It is radiative emissions through fluorescence and phosphorescence. That these two terms I am explaining in my coming videos on that part, that is Jablonski diagram. Okay. This you just notice that these two processes, fluorescence and phosphorescence, are radiative emissions. It is the photoactivated molecules are getting deactivated through radiative emissions, and these two are responsible for the lower quantum yield. Okay. Third point, dissociation, that is dissociated into fragments, may reverse the process. That is, primary photochemical process may get reversed due to dissociation. Primary photoactivation step may be reversed, or the fragments resulting from a primary dissociation step may undergo recombination. That is, it may undergo recombination, and the dissociated fragments may recombine to form sometimes the original molecule. Then the yield is very low now. That is the reason for the lower quantum yield here. That is reversal of the process. Primary photochemical process may get reversed. That's the point here. And the fourth point, energetically unfavorable. That is, some of the steps involved in a chain reaction may actually be energetically unfavorable. That means there is insufficient energy. Suppose energy is insufficient, there is a chance for occurring reverse reaction. Hence the quantum yield is very low due to the product. The product is, we are getting product not in much in good yield. Okay, that's the reason for the lower quantum yield. These are the reasons for the lower quantum yield, and we had discussed earlier the reasons for the higher quantum yield. It is quantum yield, and the reason for the lower and higher quantum yield is very important area. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding this section, you can ask. Okay, let us wind up the section. Thank you.